pleasure for me to be here with you. My sincerest gratitude is expressed to the organizer and all the distinguished participants for entrusting me with this responsibility of sharing this important event, which I accept humbly. Through my modest person, you are honoring our common organization, UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, which seeks to build peace through international cooperation in education, the sciences, and culture, contributing in the process to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals in the Agenda 2030, adopted by the UN General Assembly in 2015, but of course also trying to meet the agenda of the African Union, African Vision 2063, the Africa we want. There's no more eloquent expression of our common organization than that which appears in the preamble to its constitution, where it stated that since wars begin in the mind of men and women, it's in the minds of men and women that the defenses of peace must be constructed. Indeed, political and economic arrangements of governments are not enough to secure the lasting and sincere support of the people. Peace must be founded upon dialogue and mutual understanding, upon the intellectual and moral solidarity of humanity. Little wonder then, ladies and gentlemen, that one of UNESCO's main purposes is to ensure that engaging in matters of international cooperation and mutual understanding, a fundamental role is assigned to culture. Books, freedom of expression, creativity, the circulation of ideas unfettered by international borders are major elements of the cultural dimension of human life. And I must therefore congratulate the organizers for the choice of the theme of the 17th edition of the book fair, reaching the world market through effective book distribution network. This is an important platform where both local and international book industry players come together to trade books and negotiate deals. It is a platform which celebrates writers, publishers, the creative arts, and the transmission of knowledge. UNESCO Director General, Mrs. Audrey Azoulay, underlined the importance of celebrating books and recognizing their importance to society. Books are the intersection of some of the most essential human freedom, primarily freedom of expression and freedom to publish. These are fragile freedoms faced by many challenges, from the questioning of copyright and cultural diversity to the physical threat looming over authors, journalists, and publishers in many countries. These freedoms are also denied even today when schools are attacked or manuscripts and books destroyed. Within the broader context of UNESCO's work in this area, I would like to cite a few examples of current activity that illustrate the ramification and multifaceted nature of this domain of operation. Through our mandate to promote the free flow of ideas by words and image, it was decided in 1995 that the World Book and Copyright Day will be celebrated every 23rd April, as the date is the celebration of birth of date of several prominent authors and writers. This year also, the city of Sharjah in United Arab Emirates is the World Book Capital City for 2019, following Conakry, Guinea last year in 2018, and in Africa, Port Harcourt a few years ago. So we think, Honorable Mayor, that Ghana could apply for the coming years to be the World Book Capital. In addition, Another subject which is in the interest of the mayor, UNESCO has a program which is the UNESCO Creative Cities, which was created in 2004, which promote the cooperation with and among cities that have identified creativity as a strategic factor for sustainable urban development. There are now among of them 180 cities, and the themes are craft, folk arts, books, literature, film, design, gastronomy, media arts. Once again, Accra can apply maybe for literature or books or another film, and we're ready to partner with the city of Accra for this. I cannot fail lastly to refer to the 2005 Convention on the Protection and Promotion of the Diversity of Cultural Expression. After years of careful nurturing and arduous negotiation, the adoption of this convention marked a turning point in the manner in which the international community recognized in a fully binding legal framework the importance of each human being's sense of identity and encourage access to knowledge about the identities of his fellow human beings. Circulation of books, reading, writing are all parts of those identities. Ladies and gentlemen, reading is important because it develops our thoughts, gives us endless knowledge and lessons to read while keeping our minds active. The importance of reading books to help us learn and understand cannot be underestimated, not to mention the vocabulary and thinking skills we develop. The point of events such as this book fair is that it concentrates the mind on what it is that reading does and why it is important, if somewhat neglected beyond the basic learning requirements in the education system to help our children to get to know sounds, words, and language and develop early literacy skills, to learn to value books and stories, to spark their imagination and stimulate their curiosity, and to help their brain hone their social skills and develop their communication skills. Before closing, I should just mention briefly that our world is changing and old and new challenges need to be addressed. Among the old are the elusive imperative of the place of reading, writing, creativity, more generally the arts in education, or the growing restrictions currently emerging on liberties, among which freedom of expression. Both of these phenomena are matters which require our constant vigilance. Among the new challenges of our times, we can see the adjustments the book and printing industries need to introduce to absorb digitalization, the interrogation being raised by artificial intelligence, and the fast-moving pace of our use of the internet, social media, and the such like. So, as we celebrate books, let's bear in mind that culture, like nature, is fragile and vulnerable and needs our care, protection, and nurturing. This is not a matter just for international organizations like UNESCO, nor of government authorities, but also a daily clarion call for each and every one of us. Thank you once again for honoring UNESCO and inviting us to this happening. I wish us a successful ceremony. Thank you for your attention.